Welcome back to Flowvia Automations, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can e-sign documents in n8n using an actual signature. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to quickly give you guys a walkthrough of what this would look like, and then we'll actually go ahead and build this out step by step. So as you can see here on the left side of my screen, we have a little box where we can actually upload our signature. And on the right side, you can see our n8n workflow, which is going to handle that capture. So you can see quickly, we're gonna put in a random signature there. And there's options to download or upload to n8n. So we're obviously gonna select the option to upload to n8n. And once we do that, it's gonna say upload succeeded. And obviously there's nothing here, but if we go into our executions tab, you can see that it is running, and it should take about 10 seconds on average. But once it's finished running, it's actually going to return our document that has been signed. So this is quickly going to be the test document that we're going to be working with today. And you can see that there's nothing on there. If we hop back into our executed node here, you can see that the final step returned us that same document, but with the signature there. So let's go ahead and show you guys how you can build this out step by step. So the first step is going to be getting our webhook trigger. So we're gonna go ahead and click here, find our webhook, and we are going to change the path name. So we're gonna start off with this because you're gonna see how we actually get to the capture of everything. I'll show you guys exactly how to even make a demo test signature. But yeah, so we're gonna go here and we're gonna change this quickly to be signature capture. So that way we just have a nicer webhook URL, and we're gonna change this method to post as well. Now that once we have this step, we're actually going to stop and go over to ChatGPT. So you can use any AI tool that you want, Claude, you could even use Gemini if you're using that as well. It doesn't matter, but we're gonna hop into here and actually get it to build us our own signature box. So quickly, actually, let's go back here quick and grab our URL. So this is going to be important. But now that once we're into our chat model, we can actually go quickly and ask it and say, I need you to build an HTML that will be for a signature web capture, and it'll be inevitably uploaded to my n8n webhook. I will provide you the URL for my webhook, but yeah, I want you to create an HTML signature capture where I can write into my signature and it'll upload the signature as a binary PNG file. So you can see I kind of gave it those very important requirements. Simple, I was going to tell it that it's just going to be uploaded to my n8n. And we'll just go down here and actually give it our URL as well. So you can see that I asked it for something very simple, and you're going to see that it's going to work in the background and give us that HTML file. Once we get that, then we can go ahead into the next step of our video. So it's been about 30 seconds or so, and you can see that it has created us a bunch of code for our HTML. We're gonna go ahead and download this. And once we open it up, you can see that it's given us kind of a test signature box. And if you saw the post or the URL that we gave it, we actually gave it the test URL. So since that we gave it the test URL, we actually wanna listen for a test event first before we go ahead and capture a signature. So now that we have it started up, we can go ahead and put a random signature, save and upload, and it says upload successfully. Once we go back into here, we can see that it actually returned our signature right away, and we can view that and see that it is here already. Now, if you use the production URL, that's fine, but you're gonna have to make sure your workflow is active and you're not gonna be able to test with it. It's just gonna send it automatically to your executions. But this way, now we have our actual image and we can go ahead and work with it. But yeah, now once we have this step for the webhook URL, we want to make sure that we pin the data. Oh, it's not letting us pin the data because the binary, okay, that's fine. Since we have this binary output, the next step anyways is going to be generating some type of link for our file. And the way that you do this is by uploading it to any type of cloud host method. For this video, we're going to be using the Google Drive, but there's a bunch of different other cloud hosting methods you could use. But pretty much we want to upload this file. Make sure you have everything selected correctly, the folder that you want it to go in. For us, we're going to be doing this e-sign folder. And we're going to give this a file name. We'll just say signature test. And you want to make sure that whatever the binary file name is matches the input data field name. So for us, it's going to be file. It might be something different for you, but yeah, just make sure it matches those. And we're going to execute this step. Once we've executed this step, you're going to see on the schema on the right side here something very important, which is going to be our web view link. Our web view link is going to be that URL link, like I said, that's going to reference our file so we can send it off to our API and get it e-signed. Now that we have this, we can go ahead and download the file. We're going to go ahead, download file. Reason why we downloaded it is just so we can have a reference for it inside of our workflow. So we're going to do by ID. We're going to grab the ID here and we'll execute this step, and we can see that it has brought back our signature that we uploaded. Now that once we have everything here with us, we can actually go ahead and make the request to our API. And the API that we're going to be using today is going to be called pdf.co. And the one specifically that we're going to be using is going to be their add method. So if we go to API tools here, somewhere else, I'm trying to go to the documentation. So API docs, PDF add, and this is going to be the PDF, the API tool that we're going to be using. So it's going to be a post method for the PDF/add, edit/add. And we're going to be focusing specifically on the images. So this add, you can add text, you can add annotations, you can add boxes, but we're going to be focusing on the images. So let's go ahead and see how we can build out this API request. All right, so now it's going to be time to making our API call. You're going to need a HTTP request node. Once you have that node, we're going to open it up. We already kind of filled out some of this information just to make it faster. But yeah, so you're going to want to do your authentication. This will be your token. I just added it in as a header authentication, but you can also do it through the actual response body itself. So you can see all of that through pdf.co's documentation. Go take a read there and see if you want it differently. But yeah, I like to set it up through the header authentication. You're gonna make sure the response format is set to JSON. Our URL request is going to match the same URL that we see up here. And once we go back, we're gonna make sure it's JSON raw parameters are selected. And then we're gonna make this API call over here. So if you wanna go ahead and just copy and paste this, you can. The link or the URL that you're gonna have here is going to be the URL of the PDF that you want to be signed. And so for our instance, it's this PDF here. You can use any PDF, and you can even make this dynamic as well. So you can download a document to your workflow and just use that URL as well. But for now, we're just going to use this. And then this is going to be the image request. The signature itself is going to be here. So you can see that the web view link that we got was directly from the download right here. So it was this web view link that we dragged over and put into here. And that is going to be the reference for our signature. So we have the document we want to sign, the signature we want to sign it with. And then here is going to be kind of the sizing of the words or of the image. So the X and Y is going to be the placement on the page of where the signature will go. Then the width and the height are going to be the size of the signature on that page. And lastly, what you have here at the bottom is going to be the name of the outputted PDF that you want. For us, we're just going to say approved purchase order because you can imagine how this would be used. Now that it's been signed, we can say it's approved. So that now that you have all of that there, like I said, you can just copy and paste it. You don't need anything else, and we can easily go ahead and execute this step. Now when we execute this step, the API call takes about 6-7 seconds. But yeah, once we have it here, you can see that it's outputted a URL link for us. Simply, we can just get another HTTP request node. We can drag over that URL, keep the method to get, execute that step, and we have our purchase order here. We'll quickly take a look of what it looked like before, so without any signature, and we can now download the approved one that has a signature there. So no signature and signature here. Like I said, the X and Y coordinates over here in the API call, the X and Y, this is actually what will change the placement of the signature on the page. So if you wanted it a little more right, a little further down or up, you can change all of that. I kept it pretty generic because I just kind of want to show you guys how to get it there. But you can go ahead and actually figure out where you want it on the page. A really cool tool that pdf.co has is this edit helper. So we're just going to load a PDF. We'll load it in that PDF that we had anyways. And once you load in that PDF, you can actually add text or images and see what it would look like when it comes to your actual your project. So you can see when I move this text around, it's actually updating the X and Y coordinates as well. So if I double click on it, I can replace it with anything and it'll show me exactly where the X, the Y, width, and height of this text box would be on my document. I can just match these numbers to match over here, and I know it'll be exactly where I want it to go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is how you can e-sign documents using an actual signature. Obviously, if you had your signature somewhere else on your website, you would just make sure to embed your webhook URL over there so that anytime a signature is captured, it gets sent to your workflow and you can do whatever you want with it. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. If you have any ideas for any future videos that you would want to see, also leave those down below. But other than that, please like and subscribe to this video. It helps me a lot. It helps me push out more of these videos and help you guys out with your workflow and automation problems. But yeah, other than that, I hope you have a great day.